Imagine staying at your friend's house for a small break. At night, you suddenly wake up with this eerie feeling of being watched. Paying no attention to it, you try to go back to sleep, but hear a strange noise from the window. So, you inspect it. As you peek out the window, you see a strange figure standing at the opposite window, as if staring right at you. If this scares the crap out of you, Mr. and Mrs. Thomas Otto's neighbor must have felt this way living next to them in Key West, Florida. Let's dive into Key West's popular folklore about Robert the Doll without wasting any time. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Let's begin. The beginning of Robert's terror. As the folklore dates back to the 1900s, it is a mystery from where the doll came from. However, two well-known facts are that the doll belonged to the son of a prominent Key West family member, Robert Eugene Otto, and Gene and his family used to live at 534 Eden Street in Key West, Florida. So traces of the doll originate from Germany-based Steiff Company, the first to manufacture stuffed teddy bears in honor of Theodore Roosevelt. But, there is no concrete evidence about how the doll ended up in the Otto family. Some believe the doll was gifted to Gene by his grandfather during his visit from Germany in 1904. Others think the doll was gifted by his mother as a gift after completing her assigned work in Germany. There have also been rumors that the wrongfully fired servants hexed the doll. When Gene, a 4-year-old, was given the doll, he named him Robert, and a unique friendship was formed between the young boy and Robert the doll. Robert was Gene's constant companion. They were always seen together. Everything was normal until it wasn't. Servants and Gene's parents had often noted Gene talking to someone when he was all alone in his room. Gene would blame it on Robert if any mischievous incident occurred in the house. Like a broken vase while Gene was playing. His exact words, "Robert did it." Gradually, many disturbing events in the house started to surface. The bizarre appearance and abilities of Robert the Doll. Robert the Doll looks a lot distinct from other stuffed toys. He is 3 feet tall and stuffed with wood wool or straw. Robert wears a sailor suit with a hat and always has a stuffed dog on his left side. The Steiff Company did not provide the sailor's attire. Gene dressed him in that outfit. He has a weary expression. Some see him smirking, but based on all the photos on the internet, he has a blank gaze. Another creepy feature is the brown nicks all over his face, giving the impression of scars. It is popularly believed that the doll has supernatural capabilities like moving from one place to another, changing his facial expressions, and mimicking giggling or laughing sounds. And since his shift to the Fort East Martello Museum in Key West, taking pictures without the doll's permission caused camera malfunction. Diving into the eerie experiences and tales surrounding Robert the Doll. Oral testimonies have revealed that strange things started to transpire after young Gene began to accuse Robert the Doll of any mishaps. Gene started to have nightmares and would often wake up screaming from his sleep. Whenever Gene's parents went to console him, they would find furniture overturned, as if tossed here and there, and the doll sitting at the foot of Gene's bed. As the unsettling incidents continued, Gene's father, Thomas Otto, moved the doll to the attic. Locals of Key West have mentioned that school children would see the doll watching them from the attic window, sometimes even mocking the children as they walked past Otto's house. After Gene Otto died in 1974, his wife, Anne, sold the Otto house. After the arrival of the new owners at Eden Street, their daughter found Robert the Doll. Initially, she was happy, which quickly turned to horror. The doll, once a source of joy, now seemed to come alive at night, pacing the room. This sudden change in the doll's behavior shocked the new owners and led to its donation to the East Martello Museum. At his current residence in the Martello Museum, Robert is inside a glass case, sitting on a chair so visitors can see him. But in the early days of his arrival, he caused a lot of mischief when he was left out in the open. The museum staff often found him at different locations than where he had been kept the previous night. Tourists from various places come down to see Robert the Doll, which had caused terror in Key Key West. It is indeed spooky, coming face to face with an urban legend. Many have attempted to take Robert's photo without his permission, but they have failed as cameras started to malfunction. Strangely, Robert even receives letters from people worldwide, but they are no ordinary letters. They are apology letters addressed to him. Some letters are written to apologize for disrespecting him when they visited the museum. Others write for forgiveness. Few have also written letters to curse those who have wronged them or letters seeking advice. Robert the Doll becoming a popular spooky icon in the paranormal world. Many people cover long distances to experience the chills of the world's most infamous haunted doll. The large influx of visitors to the East Martello Museum has definitely boosted Key West's spooky relevance in the paranormal folklore. Those who don't show respect to Robert have often suffered severe repercussions: car accidents, bone injury or fractures, and termination from jobs, to name a few. The museum has a catalog of apology letters. Some apologize if they unintentionally hurt Robert's feelings if they ever experience negative effects. Apart from letters, Robert also receives a lot of candies. Some believe he has a sweet tooth. He occasionally receives money as well. Robert, the most haunted doll out there, has his own social media account and a Wikipedia page. He has a huge fan following, and they are interested in buying Robert look-alike toys, books, coasters, and even t-shirts sold at gift shops near the museum. Unafraid to face dangers, some volunteer to be locked in the dark with Robert. Because of his popularity, in 2008, Robert left Key West, Florida to be exhibited at Taps Con. It's a seminar organized by the Atlantic Paranormal Society in Clearwater, Florida. Robert the Doll has also appeared in shows like Deadly Possessions by Zach Bagans and the Ghost Adventures Artifact series. Inspired by the urban legend, Robert the Doll, a movie series, began in 2015. The first film was titled Robert, followed by 4 sequel movies: 2016, The Curse of Robert the Doll; 2017, The Toymaker; 2018, The Revenge of Robert the Doll; and 2019, Robert Reborn. Robert was mentioned in a TV series and podcast episode of the same name, Lore. A few years back, Robert was also used as the face of a social media campaign to receive a grant for the museum. Robert's face was photoshopped in one of the popular pictures of Kim Kardashian, where she's popping a bottle of champagne onto her butt. With 2 prominent celebrities in one frame, the campaign received an enormous vote and won the grant. But, there are other not-so-evil perspectives about Robert the Doll as well. David L. Sloan, author of Robert the Doll, mentioned that the doll is not as evil as portrayed everywhere else. Robert the Doll has 2 entities within. One is innocent, which will not cause any harm to others with sincere intention. The other entity is dark. Your negative motive towards him will bring grave consequences. The energy you put out returns to you, which is why Robert's caretaker, Corey Convertito, has no bad experiences with a doll at the museum. Marvelous verdict. According to paranormal experts, old shipping routes have always been considered one of the most haunted places, and Key West is one of them. Even though it's a mystery how the doll ended up in the hands of Eugene Otto, Robert the Doll remained a constant companion to Eugene, which gradually took a haunting turn. With an unsettling sense of fear and unease, we close the story of Robert the Doll with a reminder that paranormal entities can sometimes be too real. So be careful what doll you pick up from the store the next time. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone!